Last gentleman, your commissioner here. Another season is in the books. The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, the chapter is ended. My I for the season is the fact that I am a loser of the group. The T of the season is the champion, Jacob Girard. Congratulations to him. For the other 8, there's an I, there's a T for all of you. We don't have to get into all that. But what I do want to get into is wrapping up the season with our videos. Talk about what happened on Sunday. Look ahead to next year. Because I know for some of all 9 of us that fell short, whether it be fell short by the second week of the season like myself, or fell short after Kamara scored 56 points like Nicholas Drost. All of us fell short. So one thing I would love to do is talk about how we're going to pick the draft order for next year. Now, Zach was over on Sunday. Zach mentioned a great idea of 8-ball pool tournament. I'm very fond of this idea to set up a bracket, see who plays. The winner would screenshot their match and send it to me. Then once the bracket is completed, we have our answers of who gets to choose where they pick. Seems like a fun idea. Jacob said that he likes the idea of picking a frog and doing a frog jumping contest, but I don't know. That one was weird. We have a lot of things to discuss about how we're going to pick the draft order next year. I also love the idea of $75 buy-in. In July or August, I asked if we should have done a $75 buy-in, and people said let's do it next year because this year with COVID times and everything, this season can be wacky, which it certainly was. So let's just do our buy-in, increase our buy-in next year. So next year we'll do 75. I think we should do 500 to the winner and 250 for the person with the most points for the season, because I think they should be awarded somehow. Also, making the rule now, just to have it said, that the winner of the league gets to choose the name of the group chat. 2 years ago when Mike lost, it was Mike Sucks at Fantasy, and then last year Zach changed it. And I think why we were in such a uproar last night, or not all of us, only one, Nick, was in such an uproar last night, was because it was about him. I think the group chat name should always be for the loser. So, but I also believe that the winner gets to choose what it is. And since Jake won, Jake gets naming rights, also a payout, and a ring. Now, last year we did the ring ceremony at the Super Bowl, and I hope you guys will all come to apartment B5. I know some of us can't, John, for a Super Bowl watch, whoever the Chiefs are playing, and we'll do the ring ceremony then, induct Jacob into the Ring of Honor. But yeah, I hope that's fun. There will be no borscht like there was last year. Shout out Adam Lopes. But what I want to talk about is, Jake's text Sunday night about, the league winning this doesn't really feel that great because his favorite part of the league was competing with all of us. And, Jake, I'd have to agree with you. You winning, as much as I am to admit that I was happy that you won, it was a weird ending. The whole season was building up to just a massive text of you telling us all off about how great you are you have the right to do that because you won the league. But the whole, 16 weeks you were just talking all the trash, and as soon as you won, you sent a very heartfelt text of your favorite part of this league is competing with us. And Jake, I take my hat off to you and I applaud you because I'm glad that you see the true meaning of this league has never been about winning. It has been about being around the other people in this league. And that's what I've always wanted this league to be, was win or lose, as long as you have fun, that's all that matters. Now, granted, the winner has more fun because they get the naming rights, the ring, and the payout. But from graduating all together, and then two of us, Nick and Mike, graduating a year behind us, I just feel like being together is the most important part, and that's what this league has always meant to me, was win or lose, as long as you have fun and can enjoy being around the other people in this group, that's what matters most. And whether it was Sundays earlier in the season when this place was filled with me, Dan, Mike, Jones, John, Dupe, and Jake, those were fun times, or Sunday when it was just me, Jones, and Jake. Football, like all sports, kind of brings everyone together. It's a team, it's a brotherhood, it's a family. And I always wanted this thing to be a family because I feel like all of us have the choice and have a very good connection to be near one another. And I've always told you guys that I love you guys no matter the outcome of week to week, which is funny to say because not even a year ago when I lost the championship to Ryan, I was contemplating leaving the league. Granted, I was fueled by whiskey when I was making that call to Ryan to congratulate him on his championship, and wanted to leave the league. But, I never want to leave this league. And even though Nicholas Drost says I'm steering this league in a wrong direction, I think I'm steering it in the perfect direction. The direction of unity, because I'm already looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to, if we do the 8-ball pool tournament, we can text and have fun, and that's a competitive thing, is even though it's just a bracket that will be over kind of shortly, we can talk trash to one another. We can compete in billiards. But I'm already looking forward to, talking to Zach, Frankie, all you guys, because in like May and April about the draft, because football means so much to me, because when I was in the third grade was when I started playing, and that's where I met Zach. Zach and I have been friends for so long, and football is what really brought us together. Frankie's first year in 5th grade, he said he was a huge Pats fan, and I was a Giants fan, and fast forward to 4 months later in February, where the Giants and Pats played in the 2007 Super Bowl, and him and I made a bet, and loser had to wear a jersey the next day. And I remember giving Frankie that Giants jersey so he could walk around Chestnut Hill Community School. Junior year of high school, our junior year, Mike was a sophomore, and he said, "Oh, this kid named Nick Borelli in my grade's joining." And I was like, Nick? I remember, Nick knows this story, but I remember looking at Nick's Facebook, and he was like in a vest with a shoe in his hand, and I was like, this guy just looks like a douche. And within 2 weeks I was sold. Me and Nick were very close, and football means a lot to me because I think it brings all of us together. Drost, I don't know if me and you would be as talkative as we are without this group, and I'm so thankful for that, because I feel like a group like this brings all of us together. And that has always been my number one priority, is unity and togetherness, and I mean, everyone loves to win. I'm not saying that everyone wins because we're friends. I'm saying that when you win the league and win the championship, that's an added bonus. But the fact that we are all friendly to one another, then that is the true victory. And I wholeheartedly believe that, because I feel like this league has brought a lot of us closer together. I was talking to John last Wednesday. We were on the phone for an hour and 45 minutes, and he was saying how much he's enjoyed Mike this summer, because he didn't really know much. Him and Mike never really talked, but Mike would always go golfing with us, or Mike would come over, and John has always said that he's appreciated Mike and getting to know him. And, without this group, it wouldn't be like that. So just to counter your argument about I'm steering this league in a wrong direction, I will say I'm steering it in the correct direction. The direction of unity and prosperity and togetherness, because that's all I would like this league to be. Now, who knows? Fast forward in 5 years, this league could be abolished, but for right now, I'm very happy with where it stands, and I just want to congratulate Jacob on winning. And Jake and I had a talk Sunday where I said, what happens next year if your team doesn't win or doesn't get off to a hot start? And he said that, he'll keep the same energy because he got into love of football this year. And that was joyous to hear because, knowing Jake's background being a baseball dork, the fact that now he loves football, and I think winning has given him an added bonus to love football, but the fact that he enjoys football as much as I do, it's great to hear, because he's found love for sport through this group. And same thing with Dan. Dan never really watched football until he joined the league, and during quarantine, he didn't really. We would play Madden, and I would do hot routes, and I would win, and he would get mad, and then me and him watched old games on the NFL Network where I would break down coverages and the X's and O's of offensive defense to teach him, and we would play Madden, and I would do a bunch of hot routes, then do an instant replay to teach him the depicting of schemes on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. And so mainly what I'm saying is just that I feel like this group is more than fantasy football, because I think it has all brought us closer on a level that we weren't 4 years ago before this league started. And I remember 3 years ago when I kicked out Adam and brought in Mike, I was saying how much I wanted this league to be together for a while. And, last year we implemented the rings, and Jake, yours is coming from Amazon because I ordered the wrong one. But I just think it's a really great thing. The fact that this league can mean so much more. And I don't know if I'm just speaking for myself here, but I truly believe that to some of you, this league means the same that it means to me. And even if it doesn't, even if it's for you just about fantasy football, I'm still happy to have you in it because you mean a lot to me, whoever that may be. But I know for myself, this league means a whole heck of a lot. And I know towards the end of this season, my videos and enthusiasm lacked. But, like I said, the 2020 chapter is closed. It is written, sealed, signed, delivered. It's time to open up the new chapter. I'm already looking ahead to 2021. I would love to get this bracket idea starting for 8-ball pool, but in reality, we need to choose how we're going to figure out draft order. But I would love to do the 8-ball pool tournament, so we can all take a vote. And also, Zach came over on Sunday, and Zach mentioned something very true to me, that I shouldn't do my punishment this Saturday because it'll be cold. No one's really going to be out on the streets of Northampton. So instead of doing it Saturday, I'm now thinking of a date to do it, which, Michael, it gives you time to make a sign that says I suck at fantasy football, because I will wear that proudly. But maybe in the spring months, I will be out there strutting my ukulele, singing my little song. Yeah, I'm excited this season has ended. I'm not going to lie. It has been a miserable run from not draft night, because in reality I drafted a very good team. But my decisions after the fact, where I traded away Thielen, Schuster before the season even started. But that's all in hindsight. I can't change the past. And, I think I needed a wake-up call. For me, if you guys watched The Last Dance, I feel like when Michael saw Karl Malone win an MVP, that's how I'm feeling. Because I'm coming back with a Fury next year. I'm going to take it personally, Jake. And I'm going to prove to myself and to the league that I'm not a laughing matter, that I am the commissioner of this league for a reason. I will bring enthusiasm every week, Nick, and I will be sure that next year everyone has as much fun as Jake and Nick did this year, because if you can tell by the way that the group chat has popped off recently, it is the Jake and Nick show. But that's going to change. It's going to be our show. The ship is steering in the right direction, gentlemen. And I am very happy to be your captain.